What is going on, you guys, with Black Ops 4? Apparently, Charlie Intel came out today on Twitter with the news about how Black Ops 4 is possibly going to be coming out in October, but it's not going to have campaign. That means the game's going to come with multiplayer, it's going to come with zombies, but it's just not going to have any sort of story mode within it. Now, this is going to start a lot of controversy within the Call of Duty community, and people are going to have mixed emotions about this sort of news, but before any of that gets out of hand, I want to go ahead and give my thoughts about the situation and just kind of share some ideas on why this is probably happening and how it can affect Black Ops 4 in the long run. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So initially, right, when I heard about this news and how Black Ops 4 isn't going to get campaign, the first thing in my head was why and no. So let me elaborate. When it comes to the campaign, right? Yeah, it's the least played game mode. It's like a one and done type of thing where the players will play through the campaign once and they'll probably never look back upon it ever again until like a few years pass by and they probably have the urge to want to play it due to having some special moments within the campaign or just simply for nostalgia factor. But other than that, multiplayer and zombies are where it's at when it comes to the Call of Duty franchise, and if not zombies, then some sort of third mode. But primarily it's multiplayer. And apparently, according to Charlie Intel and their inside source, Black Ops 4 is focusing on broadening the multiplayer and zombies more than they were with the campaign. In addition, it was also said that Treyarch wasn't ready to develop campaign and have it released this October on time, so they decided to go ahead and scrap the campaign altogether. Now, this, to me, in my opinion, is not a good thing for the game. The reason why is because, yeah, the campaign is the least played game mode by the players, but even though it's not as popular as multiplayer, it serves a really big purpose within the game itself. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that it sets the tone, in my opinion. It sets the environment, it sets the setting for the game. Basically, all the feelings you get from multiplayer, from zombies, from the game itself, it all comes from the campaign. For example, let's take a look at a game such as Modern Warfare 2. In fact, let's look at the entire Modern Warfare trilogy altogether. When we take a look at some of the multiplayer maps such as Favela, that came from a mission within Modern Warfare 2. If we take a look at a map like Crossfire in Modern Warfare 1, that also came from a mission within that game. And even in Modern Warfare 3, I'm not really sure if there was a lot of maps that kind of came from the campaign, but at the same time, the feeling you get whenever you hop into that multiplayer match, the feeling you get whenever you hop into that map, it all comes from the vibe you got from the campaign and the story that came with it. But if you scrap that completely from the Call of Duty game, you're not going to have that same connection with some of the multiplayer maps, maybe even the whole multiplayer mode itself. If you guys still don't know what I'm talking about, well, think of it this way. Suppose you got Black Ops 3, right? For the first time, you're about to pop this disc into your console and play it. However, the game did not come with campaign, meaning the Black Ops storyline ended back wherever it did in Black Ops 2. Now, knowing that, right, and assuming that you never heard of any Call of Duty news, Call of Duty themselves never released a trailer or anything, and you pop that disc in, you're probably going to think, okay, well, maybe it's going to be boots on the ground. It's going to be just like how Black Ops 2 was because this is Black Ops 3, and I'm assuming that it's going to be a continuation of Black Ops 2, right? Well, what happens whenever you load up multiplayer, you jump into a map and you're like, wait, why does everything look super futuristic? And next thing you know, you're running around and you accidentally double tap X or double tap A on your controller, and next thing you know, you're flying 10 feet in the air. You're going to be like, what even happened? Is this even Call of Duty? Did I just buy a knockoff Call of Duty, or is this a fake game? What is going on, you know? That's the first reaction you're gonna get, because if you have no story from the campaign to explain to you why everything is so futuristic and why everything in multiplayer is happening the way it is, well, you're not gonna feel that connection with that game anymore. You're just gonna have this awkward feeling of, well, why did this even happen? Why did it even go in this direction? And it doesn't matter if it's futuristic or past, you still need the storyline to kind of set the tone for multiplayer. But if this rumor about Black Ops 4 is true, well, it's gonna create that awkward feeling whenever we jump into multiplayer. Because with all the other rumors about how Black Ops 4 is gonna be set in the modern era, well, even though it's the modern era, and even though it's boots on the ground, which is what everybody wanted, it's gonna feel weird for us to see that transition from futuristic in Black Ops 3 and going back to Black Ops 4, boots on the ground, modern day, with no explanation to why. Why are we even back in the modern setting? These questions are gonna be left unanswered if the campaign is not present within the game, and honestly, if it's only gonna come with multiplayer and zombies, they better not charge you $60 for it. On top of that, multiplayer better come with everything on the day of launch. If they're gonna try to expand multiplayer and broaden it like they say they are, well, first of all, everything you promise that's gonna be in the game better be there day one. Now, when it comes to Treyarch, I'm not really that worried because they never really had this issue before, but seeing how Infinite Warfare did this, seeing how World War II did this, I'm still kind of nervous to see if Black Ops 4 is gonna have the same situation going on for it. Now, there are many theories to why Black Ops 4 is probably not gonna have campaign. My biggest theory is because of the fact that they kept supporting Black Ops 3 outside of its life cycle. Now, for those of you guys who don't know about this little piece of history of Call of Duty, when Infinite Warfare came out, well, it wasn't the best received game. And Activision clearly saw that because it ended up being like the second most disliked video on YouTube. So what Activision basically did was they probably asked Treyarch to do this because Black Ops 3 was still pushing out content, Black Ops 3 was still getting supported, and it even came out with a DLC 5 that had extra bonus zombies maps that we've never seen before in the Call of Duty franchise. Black Ops 3 was literally the first game in the Call of Duty franchise to have a 5th DLC. So this was all great and everything, but not gonna lie, even when this was happening back then, it made me think, is this actually taking time away from their next game? But then again, at the same time, it was Treyarch, so I kept telling myself, no, they got this. But if this rumor is true, I kind of want to take that back. In addition to all of this, if this wasn't crazy enough, well, hold on to your seats for this one. After Charlie Intel tweeted out that news, people went nuts. People were like, man, what is going on? Some people were okay with it because they're like, I never really played the campaign anyways. Multiplayer and zombies is where it's at. Some people were like, no, we need the storyline. This is unacceptable. You had 3 years to develop it. What happened? Well, our friends Charlie Intel on Twitter have an answer for that as well. Apparently, the rumor also has it that Raven Software is helping out Treyarch in developing a Battle Royale mode for their game this coming October. Now, once again, guys, you have to take this into account that this is all just rumors. These are all just speculations. None of this is confirmed. This is Charlie Intel saying that they got an inside source about Black Ops 4, and this is the information they got. So we can't really assume anything until we see what's to come May 17th when the worldwide reveal happens. But just for the sake of this video, let's go ahead and assume all of these rumors are true. If Call of Duty gets a Battle Royale mode, that makes me think of many different things. What if they said that the reason that they weren't ready to release campaign is because they thought their top priority was to make a Battle Royale mode? What if their initial thoughts were that, you know what, this game is gonna have 4 game modes? You never know, maybe they were like, damn, Black Ops 4 game modes, what a coincidence. Maybe their goal was to make campaign, multiplayer, zombies, and Battle Royale. But then seeing how Battle Royale didn't even take off until like 2017, maybe this wasn't even their original plan. Maybe this was like a last minute decision, and maybe because of that they went ahead and said, you know what, let's hold off on campaign since that's our least played game mode anyways, and let's focus on Battle Royale because that's where the money is at today. That's where the players are focused on. That's what they're interested in. So let's go ahead and do the same. Now, we all know that Call of Duty has a habit of getting into other people's ideas and going ahead and trying to take those ideas and put it into their games as well. However, in my opinion, this isn't really going to work out. The reason why is because Battle Royale game modes like PUBG and Fortnite have been doing that from the start. Call of Duty has never really dived into that kind of like play style before. Sure, there's Call of Duty Online that you can play on, I think, the China website, or I think in China. I don't know how Call of Duty Online works, but basically there's a game called Call of Duty Online and it has Battle Royale in it, but at the same time, that Call of Duty is not like an official Call of Duty. It's just the Call of Duty that was made for fun, I think by Raven Software. Correct me if I'm wrong though. But to have Battle Royale in the actual main Call of Duty that's being released, and you're sacrificing something like campaign, which is what Call of Duty has been doing for many years now, I don't think that's a smart move. That's basically Call of Duty kind of being intimidated by these other games, and they feel like that they need to jump in whatever they're doing to be successful themselves. I really don't know how Battle Royale is going to work out in Black Ops 4, and I'm not really sure what to say more about it, and that's where I'm going to kind of leave it up to you guys. What do you guys feel? Do you guys think that it's worth it to get rid of the campaign to get something like Battle Royale into the game, or do you feel like that, no, this is not what Call of Duty does, we want the traditional campaign, multiplayer, zombies, we just want to complete a game, which is something that we really haven't gotten in these past few years? But on that note, you guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. I feel like there is a lot of stuff that I didn't get to cover in this video because this was kind of just a video where I was spewing out my thoughts as well. Usually I have like bullet points written down about what I want to talk about, but this one I just kind of wanted to have like an open discussion with you guys and kind of throw ideas to why maybe this is the case, what are the rumors about, and how I feel about it. Overall, it's a pretty crazy year. First, we got Modern Warfare 2 Remastered news about how it was going to come out this year, about how it was going to have campaign only and not multiplayer, and the next thing you know, we're getting news about Black Ops 4 having only multiplayer and zombies and no campaign. What the heck is even going on anymore, Activision? Like, this is honestly a crazy time to be a Call of Duty fan, and there's a lot of craziness happening, but I feel like that over time, as the days go by, we're gonna get more and more answers as things get more clear. But I guess the best thing we can possibly do is just wait, and I know waiting has been really hard for us, but at the same time, all of these news and all these rumors are just nuts, they're crazy, and the best thing we can do is just kind of try to sit back and relax and see how things unfold whenever the time comes. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon so you'll never miss an upload, and follow me on my social media accounts to stay connected. I will talk to y'all later. Thanks for watching. Bye.